I'm excited for you to meet today's special guest, professional laughter yoga master trainer Sylvie Dagenais-Douville. I had so much fun laughing and chatting with Sylvie about our shared passion, how laughter is a proven method to help cope with stress and anxiety and keeps us healthier. Sylvie's a published author, public speaker, and founder of the Laughter Institute. So let's jump right in and meet Sylvie and learn how we enrich our lives with laughter, one smile and one breath at a time. I'm so excited that you are a special guest today on the Law of Happy podcast. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Lauren. Thank you for having me. Looking forward to share the passion with you.
Me too. Me too. So, how would you describe laughter yoga to someone who's never heard of it or someone who has maybe heard of it, but it doesn't fully understand what it is?
Well, that's always interesting because I know it has been described many times as laughter therapy. And often I will say that we are not therapists. I'm not a therapist, but laughter has therapeutic effects. So and just to get people to understand the whole, I mean, we'll cover this, I'm sure, but to understand what the yoga part is and what is laughter. But it's an easy way to bring some good, feel good emotions to our whole body. It's an amazing way to change our body chemistry. It's the best medicine.
I agree. I want to laugh. So can we jump right in and together do a simple, fun laughter exercise so that people can experience it firsthand with us?
Sure can. I have many favorites, but I'm thinking of someone that has not done anything of the sort, that's something that would be easy. I am a strong believer, to validate the importance of smiling first. So the smiling is a big step towards our laughter. So I would usually encourage people to first put a beautiful smile on your lips and connect it to your eyes too, as you've got this beautiful smile. And from there, then the easiest way, I love to either put your hands on your heart and just give a nice, gentle beat, laughter beat. Ha, 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 ha.
Ha, ha.
Ah.
I like this.
And then from our heart to your heart, we can go ha ha and extend it to the whole world.
I want to make sure I'm in the range of the camera. But yes, the whole world. Oh, what a fun exercise. I have never done it like that before. So I really enjoyed this.
Well, I think in all fairness, I would give Wendy Singer the credit for this one.
Oh my God, I feel like I just had a power nap or something. Oh, so thank you. And I'm also excited to learn more about your journey. How did you get into laughter as a form of exercise?
So the true long version is that my son was doing, it was grade 10, he was doing a research project for school. It was in high school, it was their personal project, and to work on something that had meat, that had something that you can keep researching it. I was in Ottawa when I first started laughter yoga. So I was working at the National Art Gallery, and I had a group that had just canceled. And I was told that there was a group of managers that that they were in the auditorium and they were going to do a laughter yoga session. I was not invited because that was not my department, but I was told that the group was big enough that if I could sneak in, no one would notice it. So I did. I snuck into that group and I did laughter yoga for the first time. And I had heard about it because of my son's project, but I had never taken part into a laughter class. So I took part. There was Sylvie Dagenais, who was the leader. And I remember so vividly coming out of that room thinking that one day I will be the one doing this. And one day I will be the one presenting laughter. It was just like, And the feeling was that, when you have a special event coming up and you're excited about company coming or something, and you have that internal joy. And that's what I remember from that first session. And from that point on, I was often would say, I love my job at the gallery, but I often said that, one day, maybe that's where I will be going. And I did ask. Sophie had just trained as a teacher. She had not trained anyone, new leaders yet. But I kept bugging her that whenever you're ready to train, I'm ready to listen. And eventually, when I was part of her first leader program and I became a leader, I stayed at the gallery and would say high and low that, maybe one day if I could have just a leave of absence and see what I could do with laughter. And I'm also trained in gerontology. So I have a degree in gerontology. And at the gallery, I had already started combining, working with seniors. And so I know now, I didn't know then that you have to be so cautious about what you wish for. And so I did get my leave of absence. We were all laid off at some point. And of course, this is not something that 1 minute you're leaving a job that you enjoy and jumping into something that you don't know. But realize that from that, because I already had my leader training at that point, that I realized that what I had learned in that training is that laughter is there for me. Laughter is there for me to get myself to pick myself up and from being laid off, and just to see how, what the next step would be. But it was just like, it made me realize that we learn many things in school, but the skill of learning how to get back up again is not taught in school. So no. So decided that, well, now that I've got, in one hand I've got my gerontology, and the other hand I've got my laughter training, and I started knocking on seniors residents' doors. And I was actually it was well received when I first started. It was very well received. And so it just kept growing. And then I decided that this is where I'm going. I often talk about a passion, but also a mission. I didn't realize that training was going to change my whole life or my whole outlook on life. And it did. So at that point, I was starting on seniors residence, and I wanted to get more into laughter and train with Dr. Kateria as a teacher. So I went to Orlando, and it's interesting because you might know Liliana DeLeo also.
Yes.
I trained with Liliana in Orlando for a teacher's degree with Dr. Kateria.
Wow. And Dr. Kateria, sorry,
Yeah.
I don't want to cut you off, but he's the founder of the
Laughter Yoga. He is the founder
movement.
of Laughter Yoga. And it's actually 12 years today that I became a teacher.
Oh, this is amazing timing. Congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you. So then I just, I knew more about laughter. There's many things that, I keep learning. It has never slowed me down. It seems like, from the first day, my first experience with laughter, and today it's roughly 15 years. And every day I still wake up with wanting to know more about laughter, wanting to bring laughter to different clientele, different people. And so from the seniors residence, I was lucky enough that when I was in Ottawa, there was a center opening, MapleSoft Center was opening for cancer patients. And I was on their groundbreaking program. The center was not built yet, but they were looking at pilot projects that they could bring into the center.
Wow.
And I was there with laughter. And I guess I still have that, where I believe that the wellness we can get through laughter is so great that it has never stopped me from knocking on doors that you would not expect to bring laughter to. And that's why, for me, to bring laughter to cancer patients, I've had people saying, like, how can you put these two together? And it was just, they need laughter. I've got this amazing tool, and I have to share this with them. And then it just went from this clientele to this clientele. And it's just like, everyone needs to know more about laughter. Everyone needs to bring more laughter into their life. And the military, again, seniors is a big part of my clientele, cancer patients still, children. In 2016, I wrote a book for my first laughter yoga. It's still in French only at this point. I keep saying that maybe one day it will, but it's basically all the instructions are in French, but once you get laughing, it's pretty much universal.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and it's been asked before, like, you working with seniors, but you write a book on children. But it was actually the idea, because I have two children, I have two kids now, I have grandchildren, and I wanted to bring the two together, bring seniors to laugh with their kids, or mom and dad to laugh with their kids. We are so busy when our kids are young that we tell them to rush more than we tell them to laugh.
This is true. And this is a great reminder to just slow down and be in the moment and laugh. And laughing helps us get back in the present moment and to let go and to just be.
And I also work with my very best friend Louise Saint-Pierre, and she's no longer that involved in the laughter world. I mean, she's still doing her own laughter on her own. And so it's a teamwork, and we work together putting that book together, and also with the illustrations, because the lady that did the illustration, I often say, like, it's almost like she was in my head, because it was just like, this is what I would like this picture to be with this laughter.
I'd love to do another exercise. I'm just trying to think of one, if you have one ready to go, or if I should.
Oh, I have one.
Okay.
One, because this is one that is so simple. It's part of our 40 basics laughter exercises, and it is one that, through the pandemic, many of us have become caregivers. Many of us have had to take care of ourselves also, and so it's a simple putting our mask on, but putting our laughter mask on. So, and this is such an easy instruction that we get on a flight when you're flying, and they say that, when you're using your mask, your oxygen mask will come down. Make sure that you put it on first before you put it on anyone that's traveling with you. And to me, it has, over the years, it's always been, this is a life lesson. When you are a caregiver and when you have to give of yourself and support someone else, you need to support yourself first. And you need to, self-care is not selfish. It's something that we need to really better understand, that you can't help anyone else if you're not healthy, if you're not feeling good. So it's just bring your oxygen mask down, but this one is full of laughter. And as you put it on and you start getting that laughing gas instead of oxygen, and just
Oh, I love it. And you know what? I like to use my improv background. There's no one in front of me, in the seat in front of me. I see another mask. Can we reach for another mask? And okay, and we're reaching for our oxygen mask, or our laughter mask, or pulling it down, putting it over our mouth and nose, and laughing, right?
And I think that's, as far as from leaders to teachers to master, that's the main thing, is that we need to walk the talk. We can't have beautiful conferences and beautiful presentations if we're not walking the talk too. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to laugh regularly in order to get that message across. You have to be. Yeah.
Thank you for reminding us about this.
It needs to be presented in a way that people would want to integrate that in their daily life. You want to be looking at the time saying, oh my God, I haven't laughed today. Now it's the time to laugh. And so it has to become, and that's what I was doing for myself, and that's what I was also promoting. That it can't be just a one-shot deal that you've tried this. It might be because there's different tools, and maybe this one might not be for you, but you need to try this more than once to know and to better understand it, and then to make room in your schedule to laugh regularly.
Right, exactly. And do you find that the earlier in the day that you do it, just the more benefits you get throughout the rest of the day? Like, do you try to do it
Yeah,
early in
well,
the
the
day?
energy of the morning is good for laughter, like for joy and laughter. I find that but I mean, sometimes it's later on during the day and even through before the pandemic, I used to travel way more. So in the car, I did a lot of laughter in my car, a lot of singing in my car. And it was just like, we need to adjust everything and find a new way of making sure that laughter is present every day. And it's finding that happy medium too, because we know that we have people with a strong, I call it a strong critical mind, that they need to understand the why and the how and the why before they jump in and laugh. But we also I mean, everyone, once they've experienced the laughter and see how it feels, then you want more of, like, it's just knowing that after, because I do traditional yoga too, so knowing that after your yoga and your shavasana and your meditation, this is how you feel. Well, you want more of how I feel after, and this is how I get to how I feel after.
Yes, exactly. I like how you broke that down, and it reminds me how I got into laughter yoga, or looking it up and Googling it, and finding out about, Dr. Kataria's laughter yoga movement. Somebody had, made me laugh at work on a break, and I just was so much more productive, felt so much better. And I noticed a correlation, a link between whenever that, I would laugh with that colleague of mine who we shared this similar sense of humor, I would just have a more productive, better feeling day. And I thought, wait a second, this is great, but I can't rely on that, like every day. I mean, it's not realistic. I wanted to find a way to bring bring the laughter and the feel good benefit, all the benefits into my life daily, regardless, choosing to laugh on purpose to get all of the benefits and to incorporate that into our life.
But it's also very playful. And Dr. Katera has said many times, the more we play, the more we laugh. And as you play, you might not do like a structured laughter yoga session, but you are bringing more laughter and breathing exercises to your day. So just, learning. And again, I put a lot of importance on the smile, because working with clientele that might be resisting laughter the way we do it, to realize that you can start by just adding more smiles to your day. And then slowly, it works with what we often refer to the joy element. There's music, there's singing, there's dancing, and then comes the laughter. So if you surround yourself, or you make a decision of having playfulness in your life and having dance and music in your life, you will automatically have added more laughter.
Yes, I love this. I completely agree that it's combining the play and the singing and the laughing and the dancing. I'm getting excited about combining all this. Is there a simple, we can, not to put anyone on the spot, but I'm just putting it out there, if there's a simple exercise where we could combine this, some singing and movement and laughing?
Oh, you know what? The
What?
easiest one would be the
Okay.
happy birthday.
Oh, yes.
Because
Yes.
just yesterday I had a group and someone that was celebrating their birthday, and I said, well, in my laughter world, we have a way of singing happy birthday. And it's
Okay.
so ho 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 ha ha, ho ho ho
Oh,
ho ha ha, ho 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 ho
oh,
ha
ha,
ha
ha,
ha,
ha.
ho 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 ho
Oh,
ha ha.
ha, ha.
So
Oh,
any music, if you don't know the word, just put in ho ho ha ha in there.
yes, those are important laughter sounds, right? Because it activates the diaphragm area,
It does, and it's our mantra too. So yeah.
and these are good reminders about, the importance of laughter. And even if if we're teaching laughter, it's a practice and something that we have to choose to keep up and maintain. So these are
It
great
is.
reminders.
It is. And also, I think it's important to remind people that knowing laughter the way we do and promoting laughter, it doesn't mean that we are promoting or asking that you laugh 24/7.
Right.
It's just, to understand that any other emotions that are coming or that we are processing, or we just welcome them and then process them how they need to be processed. But we have a way out of not getting stuck in that emotion. And just by getting that, again, that smile, it changes. And actually on that retreat this weekend, we're saying that our heart is big enough to always have a gentle joy in it. It doesn't matter what the other emotions that we are living or are going through, that there is room in our heart for a soft, gentle joy. And then we can, whenever we are ready, bring more joy, more laughter. But because I think that it has too often been misunderstood that laughter yoga leaders and teachers, they just laugh all the time. And I think it needs to be addressed that that's not what we're promoting.
Oh, 100%. Thank you for bringing this up and explaining it this way, because it very true, and it's so important to remember that we're human. There are ups and downs and challenges, and we do experience all of the different emotions, which is healthy and normal to do, and to acknowledge how we're feeling in the moment, but just to know that we do have the power within us, with laughter being one of those tools that we can apply to feel some relief, feel a bit better, move up what we can call the emotional scale, and to move through and up when we're ready to do that. It's empowering.
I've come to call these moments, because not because you are a leader or teacher or master that your life is perfect and covered from and at some point I had to relearn how to laugh after grieving or while grieving, and realized that for me, that what worked, it was that I was offering myself a little laughter bracket. And it was, if I have to laugh in that little bracket, even though if it was either presenting at a time where I was grieving, and in our group, many people are grieving different things. And so it was just to give myself permission, because laughing is never a lack of respect if it's done properly. And we don't need to wait for everything to be perfect to laugh. We can choose to have these brackets that make us feel good, and allowing ourselves to have that again, it's self-care.
Right, exactly. Oh, it's so everything you're sharing is just so important, and important reminders. And no matter who we are, what we do, teach, practice, we're always, it's a practice. This is a practice for everyone, and we're always learning and evolving as we go. And that's what I appreciate so much too about these chats. They're important reminders for me, and I want to share it with as many people as can benefit, and we're all practicing and we're all learning together, I feel. And thank you for the reminder too, that we're choosing to laugh as an exercise. We're not laughing at someone or at a situation. It's just, these are tools that can allow us to deal with situations and get through them in a lighter, different way. And also people can try things and see what works for them, see what they're comfortable with. And I find for myself too that I'm not, I mix it up. Maybe one day I will be in the mood to do a laughter exercise. Maybe the next day I just want to, dance and do a shaking exercise. Yeah, exactly. So I love adding different tools, learning about different tools, and putting them into my, toolkit, so I can play with it and see what feels right for me in a particular moment or day.
And so many of our wellness tools go back to breathing.
Yes.
Yes. And this is, laughing. Of course, we know that laughing comes, the breathing of laughing comes from exhaling. But because we are often asked why yoga? Why is it called yoga? It's what's the yoga part? There's no mat, and there's just so to better understand that yoga, yuj in Sanskrit, is connecting our body and mind through our breath. So it's breathing. So it's actually called Hasya yoga, the laughter yoga in Sanskrit. So it's just to realize that I think people do realize without realizing that, how often do we laugh and catch our breath and said, oh, that feels good. Like, so we know it's good for us. We know we feel good. But we don't always realize that when we feel good, we see good, we speak good, we do good. And people I think they are ready to embrace a little more happiness and a little more laughter in their life.
Yeah,
Manage
definitely.
stress, dissolve stress.
I completely agree. I'm thank you for sharing that as well. And oh my God, I want to keep talking with you and listening to you. I love how you break everything down and explain it. It's just so clearly, and I wanted to ask you about something. I read on your website that you're focused as well on training new leaders and teachers, right? To
Yes.
help.
Yes.
Okay, that's amazing, and we'll have links in the show notes. So I'm really excited about everything that you're doing and sharing. It's just so important and so incredible and so much fun.
Well, thank you for allowing me to talk about, because I can talk about laughter for hours.
Okay, me too. So you know what? We're coming to a close of this chat, but I would love to continue laughing and chatting with you. So I'll be in touch, and I'd love to even have you back. I know I haven't let you go yet, but I'd love to have you back already.
That would be great.
Thank you, and do stuff with more laughter things with you. So thank you so much for having been a guest. It really is means so much, and I'm very, very appreciative.
Well, thank you, Lauren, for this beautiful platform of bringing more knowledge or more visibility to what we do, and the world needs this.
Oh, my pleasure. So thank you too. And okay, and we'll speak and laugh soon. Is there a goodbye laughter that we can do where we wave and laugh? Or
we can sure do a goodbye laughter. How about we actually there's one where we grab our negative or gray little idea that we have, or our thoughts. I just don't like to say negative thoughts, but it's just like, not so vibrant thought.
yeah.
And so we just catch it and we blow a beautiful smile to it, and then we release it with laughter. When you find yourself going into that spiral, you're spiraling down, just grab it,
Love it.
blow a beautiful smile, and let it go with laughter.
I love this. Thank you. Something else I'm going to be doing every day. Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Well, you've got twins. You have two banks of laughter living with you.
Yes. Oh, and yeah, baby laughter is amazing. All laughter is amazing. So thank you so much for that goodbye exercise and laughter game. And we'll laugh and speak soon.
Thank
So
you.
thank you so much. Okay, take care.
Take care.
Bye. Bye. Thank you for having tuned into this Law of Happy episode. If you smiled, laughed, or felt inspired, please subscribe, rate, review, and share the Law of Happy podcast with someone you'd love to have fun with. And if you'd like to laugh with me as a guest on the show or in a customized program, you can email me at lauren@lawofhappy.com. I look forward to laughing with you soon.